Have you ever thought about what your personality is like? Yeah, me too. So, there's this super trendy personality test buzzing around called the MBTI or Myers-Briggs Type Indicator for those who like long names. Apparently, it dishes out 16 different personalities, which is just a fancy way of saying it's a permutation and combination of your personality types. I thought, why not try it out myself? So, just hit up the Google, type in MBTI test, and click the first link. Boom, you're in. Seriously, it's super easy. No need to log in or jump through hoops. You can dive right into the test with the very first question down below. Let's go. But hold up. Before you dive in, there are three super simple steps to follow. First step, complete the test. Just be yourself and answer honestly to figure out your personality type. Seriously, there's no one watching, so go ahead and be brutally honest, just like me. Second step, check out those detailed results. You'll learn how your personality type messes with pretty much every part of your life. But let's be real, those results aren't gospel, so don't get all emotional about whatever pops up. And the third step, unlock your potential. You're right, I'm not about to shell out for that premium suit, so hard pass on that one. Alright, here we go with the first question. You regularly make new friends. Well, it kinda depends on my vibe. If I'm cooped up at home all day and scrolling through socials, making friends is not happening. But if I'm out and about, soaking up the scene and running into interesting folks, then sure, bring it on. So I would say I'm gonna roll with moderately agree on this one. Yeah, next up. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Dude, let me tell you, nothing gets me hyped up like a good old, simple and straightforward idea. Look, if something works out smoothly like I planned, my dopamine levels shoot through the roof. So yeah, I'm gonna go with extremely disagree on this one. Let's go next question. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. No way. I know for a fact that when it's time to argue, emotions have no place if there are cold, hard facts on the table. No matter how much I care about the other person, I'm all about hitting them with the facts. If something needs to be said, you better believe I'm gonna say it. So, I'm definitely going with extremely disagree on this one. Next question. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Okay, this one's up for a debate. Look, I live with my family in a tiny room crammed with ton of stuff and not much space to stash it all. But you know what? I try to keep things as organized as I can. Even in that little chaos, sure there are random things lying around because they don't fit in anywhere, which might make it look a little bit messy, but let's be real. I do like clean and organized spaces. That's when my brain kicks into gear and I can actually get stuff done. So I would say I'm gonna go with extremely agree on this one. Next question. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Oh, for sure. I totally keep my cool and just focus on getting things done as quickly as possible when there is a lot of pressure. The sooner I wrap it up, the less I have to overthink it. So I'm definitely going with extremely agree on this one. Alright, next go. Next question. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourselves to strangers very daunting. No way. I absolutely love networking with all sorts of interesting people. I mean, on my initial days of college, I spent a whole week just making connections. Even now, I casually reach out to professionals in my field for guidance on LinkedIn, even if they're total strangers. Breaking the ice is no big deal for me, so yeah, I'm gonna go with extremely disagree on this one. Next question. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. You gotta pay attention to the word deadline here. If there's a deadline, it means the task is important and has to be done on time, usually because someone else has set it. In that case, I get super anxious and hustle to finish my task at least a day early. I can't handle the stress of waiting until the last minute. I'd stop breathing. So I'd say I'm gonna go with moderately agree on this one. Next question. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Honestly, this one's a bit ironic for me. Given my tech background, numbers and data are basically collection of people's stories and whatnot. But since I've got to play the data driven card here, I'm gonna go with extremely disagree on this one. Well, I'm not taking it too much like career wise. I don't know. I'm just giving it a shot. No hard feelings, people. Next question. Alright. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists? Of course. I'm all about those aesthetic vibes. I mean, who doesn't love those planner apps with colorful features to keep everything listed and organized? They make life easier, vibrant, and super productive. So, yeah, I'm definitely on board with this one. I'm referring it as extremely agree instead of strongly agree, just so you know it's the extreme end of agree. Alright, next question. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. No way. There's always room to learn new stuff. Even if I'm lacking skills or knowledge, I'll know I'll come back stronger. I don't leave any room for self doubt, and honestly, nobody else should either. So I'm going with extremely disagree on this one. Next. Alright. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Look, if I got something interesting to chat about, you bet I'm gonna walk up and start a conversation. No hesitation there. Extremely agree it is. Hmm, you're not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative work. Well, it really depends on perspective. For me, I'm always open to different interpretations because learning is my main motto. As long as I'm learning something new, I'm all ears for any kind of interesting discussion. So I extremely disagree on this one. Next question. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. Well, we kind of already covered this, didn't we? So yeah, I'm gonna roll with extremely agree on this one. Feelings are no good. I'll just take facts any day. Next question. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Well, let's be real. I usually have the same boring routine on repeat every day. So yeah, no room for spontaneity here. Mostly everything is pre scheduled, and even I plan my weekends with total seriousness, and I'd go with moderately disagree here. Next question. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. True that. Worrying is not my thing. I don't put on a mask to meet anyone's expectations unless it's a job recruiter, of course. No doubt. Next question. You enjoy participating in team based activities. Oh, heck yeah. Especially if the squad is interesting, but no sweat if there are some sad sacks in the mix. I've got my tricks to hype the team up and keep the vibes rolling, so extremely agree on this one. Well, okay, next question. You enjoy experiment with oh sorry. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. This one's a bit debatable. That there's that saying in the software world, if it works, don't touch it. But hey, if the job calls for better and more efficient results, then yeah, you gotta get your hands dirty and try out new stuff. So I'll go with moderately agree on this one. Next question. You prioritize being sensitive or being completely honest? Okay, here's my favorite question. So, no second thoughts about this one. Honesty runs in my veins. If someone asks for approval or is fishing for a good review, I'm gonna hit them with some brutal, honest facts. Sugarcoating is not my style. Sure, hearing hard truths might sting a bit if it's not what they expected, but hey, it'll help them in the long run. Be it friends or family, always tell them the things they need to hear rather than the things they are expecting to hear from you. So, extremely disagree on this one. Okay. Actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Hell yeah. I'm all about diving into new stuff and soaking up knowledge like a sponge. Bring on the adventures, okay? So, extremely agree on this one. Next question. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Like I said earlier, worrying is totally not my vibe. I would rather react once the results are in, not freaking out beforehand. So, extremely disagree on this one. Next question. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones? Okay, here's the deal. If the group is into the same hobbies or activities as I am, then sure, yes, I'm all about that squad. It's more fun to do things with the people who vibe with my interest. Solitary hobbies, that's just what you do when you're flying solo or don't have anyone around you who shares the same passion. So I'm gonna go with moderately disagree with this one. Next question. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Oh, fun story. I once tried to write a fictional story with my buddy, and the book was called The Alchemist. I had my other friends read it, and guess what? Nobody, no, not a single person understood the story. Apparently, they just couldn't vibe with our epic imagination because they haven't lived the moment of imagination with us. So, yeah, I definitely don't see myself as the next best selling author. I'm going with extremely agree on this one. Next question. You favor efficiency in decisions even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Mostly yes. I mean, in my defense, if the outcome is good and everyone around me is all about those results, like result oriented people, then hey, everyone's happy at the end of the day, right? And who needs feelings when you've got efficiency, right? So, extremely agree on this one. Next question. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Trust me, there's nothing better than chilling out after knocking out all those chores. It's like the ultimate reward, so I'm definitely going with extremely agree on this one. Next question. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Honestly, I don't like how this question is worded. In disagreements, there is a serious need for communication and mutual understanding, and it really depends on the situation. But talking about preserving feelings, please, in this serious disagreements, there's no room for feelings. It's just about what's right and what's wrong, regardless of who is who. So, for the lack of situation context, I'll go for neutral. Next question. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Oh, please, I don't sit around waiting for someone else to make the first move. If I feel the need to talk, I'll just jump right in. So, I'm definitely going with extremely disagree on this one. Okay, your mood can change very quickly. Nah, extremely disagree. Next question. You're not easily swayed by emotional arguments. True that. Emotions have nothing on me. You can make all the sobbing faces you want, but I'm still gonna do what's right. Easily. So yeah, I'm going with extremely agree on this one. Hmm. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Similar question again, so I'll go with moderately disagree. Next question. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. First off, ethical dilemmas aren't exactly fun. You either pick one side or the other. Hanging on in the middle just means you're stuck in the dilemma forever. But when it comes to debating, count me in. I'm all about discussing other people's ethical dilemmas because why not? It's way more entertaining when it's not about me. So, moderately agree on this one. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. If it's a fun activity, then heck yeah, otherwise, no. So, I would say moderately agree on this one. Next question. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. True that. If it's not practical, then what's the point of yapping about those theories for hours on end? It needs to be executable, or I'm tuning out. Extremely agree on this one. Next question. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Look, it's pretty clear that facts and feelings are at odds here, like two faces of the same coin or something like that. So, and people usually equate the heart with the feelings. So, no, I'm gonna roll with the facts. Honestly, my heart is mostly on the team facts too. In a conflict, facts wins every time. So, extremely disagree on that one. Next question. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Okay, true that. I'm more of a let's binge it all in one sitting kind of person rather than breaking it into consistent chunks. I know it's not the best habit, but hey, change can be hard. I'll try my best, okay? So, yeah, I would definitely go with extremely agree on this one. Next question. You really second guess the choices that you have made. I don't have any second guesses or afterthoughts unless my mom makes me to. So, extremely agree on this one. Alright, your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Oh, of course, my friends see me as friendly and outgoing. I mean, they totally do, right? Alright, whatever. Next question. You're drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. True that. Writing hits me hard. I feel all sorts of emotions when I read a book or a message from someone, way more than watching a video or a movie. I just love the power of imagination after reading something up. So, extremely agree on this one. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Oh, come on, this is similar to previous questions. Objective facts are way more tempting than subjective assumptions. So, I'm going with extremely agree on that one. Next question. You like to have a to do list for each day. Not every day, just the work days. The rest of my days are pretty much already scheduled out. So, yeah, I'm only whipping out to the to do list when it's the grinding time. So, moderately disagree on this one. You rarely feel insecure. Seriously, there's nothing to be insecure about. I mean, it seems like only people pleasers get all worked up over that kind of stuff, right? So, extremely agree on that one. Next question. You avoid making phone calls. Alright. Each has its own perks. I prefer texting for quick, specific stuff and calls for long, juicy conversations. But I'm not out here purposely avoiding it, so I'm gonna disagree on that one. Next question. Alright. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. I'm all about exploring everything that is unknown. So, if Dora wouldn't have been deaf, I would totally call myself that. Next question. You can easily connect with people you have just met. If the other person is interesting and down for it, then why not? I'm all in for making connections. Next question. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. I mean, I do try. Not sure if I'm always successful, but hey, I give it my best shot. For this one, I'll give slightly agree. Hey, you're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Oh, I'm totally against that. What's past is past, people. There's no point in suffering over it. Learn and forget is the only way to go. So, extremely disagree on this one. You're not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in future. True that. I'm slightly interested, but honestly, just chatting about the future based on random theories is kind of lame. I would go with moderately agree on this one. Next question. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Well, this is something too personal. I'd go with neutral. Alright, next question. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is most logical or efficient. Same old question again. For me, it's all about being logical and efficient. I don't really care about feelings and emotions right now. so extremely disagree on this one. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Strongly agree. No point here. Alright, next question. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Oh, please, I never do that. Honestly, I don't waste my time worrying about what others think of me, whether they are impressed or not. It's just a crazy paradox, right? Extremely disagree. Next question. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. No, extremely disagree. Alright, do you believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? Well, as a kid, philosophical stuff was always lame, and honestly, it still is. I get that it's important as an adult, but seriously, pondering it is a total waste of time. So I'm going with strongly agree on this one. Next question. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. Both are tempting, so I would go with neutral. Next question. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. I would say strongly agree on that one. I usually feel right only when I've gathered enough info or I've got the guts to take the risk of the aftermath. So let's go with that. Next question. You often feel overwhelmed. No strong feelings here, okay? So, no. Strongly disagree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Well, moderately agree on this one because skipping step might make me anxious, like what if that step is important and things like that. So, next question. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. If by creative solutions you mean smart work, then yeah, give me that any day over following a boring checklist. Extremely agree on this one. Next question. You're more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Look, I'm a Scorpio, so my intuitions are usually spot on. But hey, if there's a room for some logical reasoning, you bet I'm going for it. Can't ignore the brain completely, right? So, moderately disagree. Next question. You struggle with deadlines. It really depends on how much work there is and the time frame given for it. If the deadline is impossible, then it's just ridiculous. But for reasonable work deadlines, I don't struggle with those, so strongly disagree with this one. So, yay, we're completed with the test. So, guess what? My personality type is ENTJA, aka the commander. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm basically the CEO of my own life, you know the type, right? I walk into the room and expect everyone to drop what they're doing and salute me. No, I'm just kidding. ENTJs are all about strategy and efficiency. Basically, I'm like a human calculator with a side of sass. Well, I doubt that, but anyway. I thrive on challenges like a caffeinated squirrel and love taking charge. Like I'm running for president of the universe or something. Just a fair warning though. With all this power, I might accidentally intimidate my poor little minions. Oh god. So, if you can't handle my boss energy, you might want to find yourself a nice corner to hide in. Buckle up, folks. It's gonna be a wild ride. So, yeah, that was a fun activity. So, that's a wrap for today, my folks. Just remember these personality types aren't set in the stone, they can change more than your Wi Fi signal. But hey, if you're curious as I am, hit up 16personalities.com and take the test for yourself. Then spill the tea in the comments below. Let's see what kind of quirky personalities we are dealing here with. Can't wait to read your results. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned.